everybody, welcome to We're Talking. Bob's making fun of me. I'm Scotty D. Got Derek Tant, Bob Peel.
Hello.
Hi, and I'm present and giving my undivided attention. Will be fully participating in the show.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
I tried to throw that one in there just because I think it's funny, but I'm starting to think it's dumb. I don't know.
I think it's just funny how he says it.
Yeah,
That's
what's
all.
up, guys? Yeah, that part. Yeah. I don't know. It could stay, it could go. We'll see. I need to get some new ones.
You've been saying that for a while.
I know. We got to watch Derek's face when he drinks this stuff. Because that's the best part. As soon as he does it, that's the best part.
Well, the thing is, now he's not going to make the face.
No, he can't help it. Watch.
Is that the
impossible.
Wild Turkey? Oh no, that's the
this
Weller's.
is Weller's. Go ahead.
I already had the coffee.
It's Weller. Okay,
it's Weller.
Let's see the
Antique
face.
107. Now remember,
do everything you can not to make the face, but I guarantee you will.
Remember,
make
this
the face.
This is 53% alcohol, and I just poured a little bit, and I have not added water to it.
All right, go ahead.
So here we go. It smells pretty good, very weedy, very oaky.
Yeah, he didn't make the face because he.
He's starting to right now. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He did it a little bit right at the end. It's that thing. It's almost like
it puckers right there.
But it's something, and it's in your eyes too. There's like a thing where you're kind of like, there's a little Hershey. You just look like you're tightening up.
It's got the burn. You know, it's a good burn though, but
that's a good burn.
The only alcohol I have right now, I finished off my bottle of Buffalo Trace, my bottle of Jim Beam, and the only thing I have right now is Scotch. I don't even remember which one it is.
Scotch. Oh my gosh. All right. Before we get too deep into this is Wednesday. It's called the Winging It Wednesday. Usually we just kind of fool around, but I got a couple of stories I want to share with these guys. But before we get started, I want you to go to pneumacoffee.com. That is PNEUMA coffee.com. Get yourself, look at that. He's got some Glenlivet. Nice. And pick yourself up some coffee. And when you do that, you're not only helping out Chris Bean, you're helping out this show. I know, listen, we're not getting paid thousands of dollars or anything crazy like that, but it does help us sort of keep the lights on, so to speak.
Was that an option to get the thousands of dollars?
Yeah, that's true. We know by the fact that we're giving these people a 20% discount at pneumacoffee.com. We've discussed this. If you spend $1,000, we're saving you $200. That's 20% off. I mean,
that's a big deal.
Just think about if you spend $10,000, you're going to $2,000.
What other podcast is going to give you a discount like that?
No one. No one's going to get you a $2,000 discount at pneumacoffee.com. When you go there, put in the coupon code HWT, you will get 20% off. And hey, the amount that you save is up to you. It's a huge amount, though. It's a large amount. It's all in
proportion. It's 20%.
It is. It's a huge discount.
Already reasonable prices.
Yes, that's true. And it's really good coffee, so go check it out. All right. I hate to go right from coffee into this story, but I wanted to talk about this story because I saw it and I was just like, really? And it's from a website called I don't know if they just do tech, finance, politics, strategy, blah, blah, blah. It's called Business Insider. But they have a story about health reasons why you shouldn't eat your boogers.
Oh.
And it says 90% of adults pick their noses and many people end up eating those boogers. Who are these adults that are eating their boogers?
Okay, let me just take one step back before we get into people eating their boogers.
Yeah.
We all know everybody picks their nose.
Yes.
Sometimes you're blowing and you just there's something.
Sometimes there's one that's up there. It's bothering you.
It's stuck. And it's like, usually I'll take like a tissue and put it over my finger and pick my nose. So, hey, I've gone straight up and reached up in there and pulled it out. You got to do what you got to do.
You got to be careful what you do up high is what they tell you. But go ahead.
But the thing is, to actually physically like take it out and be like, oh, a little crispy, like a cornflake and a little gooey. I want to chomp on this thing.
No, it's terrible.
It's not appetizing.
No. And they did this study, and they said that 91% of adults pick their noses, right? And then there's a bunch of them that eat their boogers. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Now, the reason that this is terribly bad for you is because your boogers are catching they can catch like flu and different stuff in them. It's to trap it's the snotty stuff in your nose that's trapping like diseases and filth and dust.
Like the measles.
It's catching everything inside of it, and then it dries out and turns into a booger, and then you blow it out. So if you eat it, you're putting all that bacteria and filth into your system.
I've actually heard.
Go ahead.
I've actually heard before, like a few years ago, an article or whatever, read the article that it's actually good for you.
I know.
Because of the same reason. It's capturing all these diseases, all these viruses and bacteria. They're dying, and you get them in there, you get them in your system, and your body's able to build like a resistance to them or something like that.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the story, and then they're like, there's absolutely no scientific evidence to prove that. It's more likely that it'll get you sick.
And that's the same argument people have of drinking your own urine. Some people have been like, hey, it's great. It's
Speaking of,
your body produces it. And then on the other side of it, people are like, no, that's flushing out all the toxins and crap in your body. You don't want to ingest that back into your body. So I think
But that's super clean, dude. Your pee is super clean.
Unless you have a urinary tract infection. And then it's horrifyingly disgusting.
The guy, Cole Robinson, that we talk about sometimes, he's done some fasts where he just drinks his own urine.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't do that, but I feel like Cole is more of a motivator than anything.
He is.
There are authorities, there are medical doctors, there are a lot of people out there who are authorities on fasting and fasting focused lifestyles that make their claims, and they back it up with science, they back it up with the facts. And so when Cole talks about fasting, he's right on, but then he'll go off on tangents, and it's like, he does some crazy stuff. Come on, Cole, you're losing us. But he is a motivator. He will make you want to.
He's not for the faint of heart, though. If you are offended easily, please do not look up Cole Robinson's snake diet. Don't do it.
And also, probably don't eat your boogers. They probably won't make you sicker, because if you're producing a lot of snot, you're probably already kind of sick, or you're kind of fighting something,
right?
Or you've got a lot of dust in the air. So don't do it. We have video of my little brother Ryan, at age 3.
Yeah,
age 3, where we were at our house in Fort Worth when we lived there. My grandparents would come around. They had the little video camera, and they're taking pictures of us running around the yard and everything. And it was inside, and Ryan's standing there, and they got the camera on him. They're like, "Hey, Ryan, say hi," and he's just kind of standing there with his finger in his nose, and they're like, "Well, don't pick your nose." So he pulls his finger out, and he like,
"Oh gosh!"
Everyone in unison was like, "Ah, stop it!"
No. It's terrible. Anyway, oh my gosh!
So I know you. I've got something that I do want to throw in here, but I'll wait until after your next story, Scott. This is something about the anti-vaxxing and the measles. We're not going to get into the whole thing, but I did find a funny snippet at some point with some responses that I think we'll get a chuckle out of. But I'll let you continue on with your story about the most expensive coffee in the world.
Yeah, the most expensive. Derek, do you know what the most expensive coffee in the world is?
It could be either a geisha, or it could be probably that Kopi Luwak.
Yes, Kopi Luwak. You're right. This is a coffee.
We talk about this every year.
No, we did not.
We've not talked about Kopi Luwak.
No, we
haven't
not
talked about cat coffee.
No, this is a civet cat coffee, and basically it is these civet cats eat the coffee beans that fall off the tree, the cherries. They digest them, and a bunch of the stuff comes off the coffee. They poop them out, and then these people make coffee out of the poop coffee, out of the coffee beans that came out of this thing. It is
Yeah,
$35 to $100 per cup of coffee ordered for one cup. One cup of coffee.
Cue the Austin Powers. It tastes a bit nutty.
Yeah, exactly. You're being nice to what it really says. $100 to $600 per pound of this stuff.
That's crazy.
That's insane. And it's basically an animal poops it out. They clean it. They do stuff to it. But this came out of some kind of little thing. It's the weirdest looking animal too. And they take it out, and the pictures on this website showing how they take care of it, they make the coffee beans look like that's all that comes out of their poop is like this tightly formed coffee bean poop
nugget.
Yeah. And then there you go. And then they clean it a little bit, and they do some stuff to it, and then they send it out to you. It's ready to drink.
So this animal looks like a cross between like a raccoon and a ferret.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can look at it as.
It's so weird. And the cost of this coffee, and the reason I found out about this is Cheryl's dad and his wife somehow knew somebody that had on their bucket list to get a cup of this coffee, and they spent like $50 on a cup of coffee.
Forget
this coffee. Why would you spend all that money on coffee? That's crazy. How much is the geisha coffee, Derek?
Well, it just depends. There's a lot of geisha coffees, like an Ethiopian type of coffee that is able to be grown in South America. Okay. And, a lot of times they get these awards, the Cup of Excellence, and a lot of times that it kind of inflates the price. So you get a lot of variation in those prices. But yeah, before the real expensive coffee used to be the Kona coffee from Hawaii,
right?
And then Jamaican's Blue Mountain coffee. Those were the
I've had the Blue Mountain.
Yeah, those were the really expensive
from
coffees.
Jamaica.
Yeah,
I used to, when I had a Keurig machine, we used to get like these little sample packs, and there was one in there. Wolfgang Puck had all these little coffee things for K-Cups, yeah. And one of them was called Jamaican Me Crazy. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
I don't know why.
There's a wine cooler that my wife just loves called Jamaican Me Happy. That
there's still wine coolers out there?
There's still wine coolers.
That's crazy.
I have a story about that.
I can't believe wine coolers still exist.
So me and my wife were visiting Nashville.
Yeah.
Right? My wife's not a big drinker at all. And if she drinks, she wants something sweet like a wine cooler, you know. And you can find them around here very easily.
Sure.
My brothers and I, we like beer, we like whiskey, and that's what we get, you know. And so we were having something, and my wife was like, I'd like to have something. I'd like to drink a little something too. So how about you find some wine coolers.
Okay.
And so we went to the liquor store, the big liquor store. I think it was called Frugal McDougal's or whatever.
Okay.
They got the funny names in Nashville. Okay. Frugal McDougal, Court Dork.
Yeah.
I guess they have to rhyme.
Yeah.
But we were on this quest. We were driving around for several stops trying to find a wine cooler, and Ryan's just like, there's just no way. They don't carry that around here, and thank God they don't, because that stuff's terrible, you know?
Yeah.
So we never found the wine coolers.
No wine coolers in Nashville, everybody.
Couldn't find them. We hit convenience stores. We hit beer stores, liquor stores.
That's crazy.
Grocery stores. Couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, okay, that's fine.
Bob.
Yes.
You said you were going to share something. I didn't want to forget about you. Yeah, go.
Okay. So an anti-vaxxing mom in Washington recently asked a Facebook group called the Vaccine Education Network how she could protect her unvaccinated 3-year-old from the measles outbreak in Washington.
Okay.
So to be clear, she didn't vaccinate her child, and then she became concerned about how she could make sure her child doesn't get the measles.
Yeah, because a lot of people are getting the measles now out of nowhere because, oh, wait a minute, people aren't getting vaccinated for measles. Go ahead.
So the funny part of this story is we're not going to get into the whole argument about vaccines or whatever, but the comments on this thread are absolutely hilarious. So I'm just going to rattle off a few. I'll let you guys know it's from worldwideinterwebs.com is the article that I'm reading everything off of. But here are some of the comments. Remember, this is to a mom who's saying, how can I protect my child from measles?
Yeah.
My child's never been vaccinated.
Okay.
Here's a few of them. Hope you just name her Girl.
What?
That's a bird.
Oh,
that's,
from
remember, that's a
yes,
bird box
the
reference.
bird box. There you go.
Have you ever tried thoughts and prayers? Says another person. Bring you to the edge of the flat earth. The air is cleaner there.
Yeah, exactly.
What's funny is the vast majority of anti-vaxxers are vaccinated themselves.
Yeah.
So they are safe, but they put their kids at risk. Okay. Yeah. Little thing. Another person said, Windex. Spray your child from head to toe with Windex. Then get some dried sage, bundle it together, light it up, blow it out, and walk counterclockwise around your child while waving the dried sage in a figure 8 fashion 5 times.
Yeah.
Then repeat the ritual clockwise. Go around the child again. Then once you've completed all 3 of these tasks, call a frickin' doctor, make an appointment, and get your kid vaccinated. So, I mean, and there's so many of them. I want to get to my favorite one. There was one of them that we could all relate to. Mm-hmm. She's 3 years old, never been vaccinated for anything. Well, that's middle-aged. She lived a good life.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. People, that's the one good thing about the internet is there's just so much hilarity available. I mean, sometimes it's so gross and terrible, but sometimes you get a really good laugh.
I like how Bob was like, we're not going to discuss. We're not going to get into this argument. There is no argument. There's no argument.
That's why we're not going to get into it because it's
vaccinated. Get vaccinations. They freaking work. Get your kids vaccinated. Jeez.
Unvaccinated children are like dark humor. They never get old.
It's so sad. It's so sad. Oh.
Well, here's kind of a funny and common sense one. I got it. You could expose her to a weakened or inactive strain of the virus so that her immune system is better equipped to recognize and combat the actual virus she'll inevitably come in contact with which it will decrease her likelihood of getting her sick. Oh, wait, that's a vaccine.
Exactly.
Milk bone dog treats. I give them to our dog and he's never had the measles.
Come on, this is sad. This is sad.
No, it is hilarious. I don't know. Somebody said Frank's cover your child in Frank's Red Hot sauce. I put that on everything.
Oh my gosh.
And
see,
then
that's just sad. This poor kid.
Funny, though. Oh, here's one of my favorite ones out of all of them. Did you try putting your child in rice? What about turning it on and off?
I was going to say somebody has to do the turn it on and turn it off and turn it back on again. Yeah. There's that is really the funnest thing about the internet, especially like Twitter. The comment sections and some of the Facebook ones are they're fantastic.
There actually is a cardiac drug that does the turning it off and turning it back on again to your heart.
There is. And if you just so happen to be someone who's getting like a heart transplant, they do turn your heart all the way off and then turn it back on again too.
Yep.
Here's the last one.
Uh-oh.
This is
Bob's
so inappropriate. More. So you guys be ready to move on after this.
Okay, go ahead.
Build a wall around her and make the vaccinated people pay for it. Sending my thoughts and prayers.
Oh man! It's just like the flat earthers and they're like, you just need to educate yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I did. I got an education.
Yeah, Jenny McCarthy and Jim Carrey. That's the people that we're following that are anti-vaxxers. What does that tell you?
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, I've never had polio. I've never had the measles. I've never had a lot of stuff.
I know that there are people that believe that it does certain things, and it might. I don't know. But the vast majority of people that it saves from getting these diseases, it's like That's why it's so crazy when you hear these stories about like schools now having these huge outbreaks of measles and mumps and stuff, things that have been gone for like 50 years. And all of a sudden they're like huge outbreaks. And it's like, why are you not taking care of your kid? And especially if you're going to expose your kid to everybody else's kids, that's not cool, man.
Well, that's the part that you got to think about the most is, okay, you don't want it for your own child, but your child, if your child gets it and is a carrier of it, and measles is highly, highly contagious.
Oh, yeah.
It could live up
right now.
What's that?
What's that?
Measles is so hot right now.
I mean, you're risking the safety of other people who may not have been able to get it due to an immunity compromised sickness or something like that. Because there are some people that actually cannot get it due to an illness.
Right.
So that's understandable, but now you're risking, getting everybody else sick.
But
and there's been no scientific evidence to prove vaccinations can lead to autism.
There's
a lot of people argue
with you on that, but yes.
There's been no scientific studies that has proved that. I mean, I can go on WebMD and look up anything. Everything tells me I have cancer, and I can never see a doctor again because all the answers are there, but it doesn't mean it's always right.
Right. Well, I'm sure we've sufficiently irritated a whole bunch of people that are anti-vaxxers. We're really sorry about that, but
you got to make sure to put that in the title for the show.
Oh, for sure.
We're gonna get some haters. Even a couple flat Earth people will be like, "Oh, really?
Yeah, I know. Flat Earth and anti-vax.
Who wants coffee? Coffee?
Yeah,
Anybody?
people get some coffee and sit here and listen to the show and then be mad at us and start typing all sorts of stuff. I love the idea. All right. We're going to wrap it up for now. And, man, I actually want some coffee now because we talked about coffee.
I've had 42 ounces today. I don't need any more.
That's 42 ounces?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I need to go.
I've been going since 5:11 a.m. when my wife kindly woke me up.
Oh, I need to go get